So welcome everybody. So to continue on the 8th chapter, on the chapter of meditation, stanza number 17. Oh, I am rich and well respected. Lots of people take delight in me. Nourish such complacency, and later, after death, your fears will start. The Tibetan Dāne nyēmō kirtichi dāla mōmbō gāoshi Tēndē nyēmbān chōnchō na xiwi wō tēnjī pāshi. So when you have, I have lots of, I'm very successful, lots of people like me, I have lots of gain, and if you think like that and become complacent and proud of it, the problem with this is that, if you like too much these things, the gains, the income, the fame, the name, popularity, if you're too much attached to that, then you will be that much suffer. You will that much hurt when you lose them. And so therefore you are always afraid that you will lose them, or somebody does something, or something will happen that will decrease your fame, decrease your name, decrease your success, decrease your, all those things. So therefore, it is a big kind of a burden. You're not free. You have to guard your things all the time, and you are always kind of in panic whether you will, all these things will go away or not, and then you are desperately you will do almost anything to hold on to those things, and that becomes your main activity, and through that then you could do lots of negative things, to maintain those things, or to get more of those. You could harm others, you could sacrifice others, happiness and good things. So therefore you create lots of negative emotions and also negative karma. So therefore, it will result into not peace of mind, not happiness, but lots of anxiety, lots of fear and worry. And especially if we do negative actions to harm others or to bring down others with this intention of upkeeping or increasing your own those things, then there will be more suffering and more problem and more negative karma, which will make you suffer more in the next lives. So this needs to be understood. So therefore, if you get good kind of success, if you get, become popular, famous, or, lots of people like you, that's very good. That's very good. You should be very grateful for that. You should be very happy for that. You should appreciate that very much, but not too much attached to that, because you never know when this will be gone, because all these are very, very temporary, very, very impermanent. People like you very much now, and with one twist, somebody says something a little bit bad about you, and lots of people become, very upset with you and become like your enemies. And then you become very sad and very unhappy and very hurt. And that's not good, that's not necessary. So therefore, it's good that you have those things. It's good that, you should do good things so that, good things will happen, people will like you, and, but deeply you understand that these are very, impermanent and ephemeral, so if you lose them, okay. If you have them, okay. Then you don't have to be, you don't have to lose your sleep. You don't have to too much worry what will happen. So that is not because of the gains you are getting, the fame you have, the popularity you have, that people like you, but your attachment to them. The more attached you are, you get so scared. I once met an actor, a very funny actor, very good actor, and he says that every time he goes on the stage, he is so scared that he has to vomit before going on this, because he is so afraid that people will not appreciate enough and people will not clap enough. And then when they do, he feels very happy. But then next time, again he has go through the same pain. And, and if they don't appreciate, he gets so upset and so, hurt and so unhappy. So therefore, it's because we are so much attached to that, So this is the idea. So if you need peace of mind, if you need freedom, if you need relaxation, if you don't need tension and anxiety, then you have to be careful about that. And then next, stanza number 18. Indeed, O foolish and afflicted mind, you want and crave for all and everything. All this together will rise up as pain itself, increased 1,000-fold. Since this is so, the wise have no attachments. From such cravings, fear and anguish come. And fix this firmly in your understanding. All that me wished for will by nature fade to nothing. So this is 18 and 19 stanza. Te number mumbi kondo kola chocheba te do ton tonjir de dunganya tenjir hidong. So therefore, our mind, we are so attached to these things. It's actually it's our foolishness. It's affliction, It's because we are not wise. Therefore, we are so attached to that. Because the more we are attached to these things, the more suffering will happen, as we already explained. So therefore, if we are a little bit wiser, if we are wise, a little bit wiser, if we are we have more clear understanding what is really good for us and what is not good for us, then we should not get too much attached to those things. It is nice to have them. You should enjoy them. You should be grateful for that. You should enjoy it. But you should not be attached to them. Because the more you are attached to these things, whether it's your wealth, power, popularity, or luxury, the more attached you are, more fears will happen, more anxiety will happen, more worries will happen. And that's not nice, that's not good. Those anxieties, those worries will make you unhappy and sometimes even sick, even sometimes makes you, brings you insanity and sometimes even death. And so therefore, your mind become more spacious, more free, more deeper, that you understand the nature of those things. And naturally, if you are doing good things, positive things, it is likely that you have more people like you, more good things will happen to you. But, it's not always like that. Sometimes if you are good, if you do very good things, some people don't like it. And they will try to put you down, they will try to criticize you, that's also there. So therefore, not too much attachment to that. Why it's like this? Now this is the stanza number 18 and half of stanza number 19. So, because all these things, the nature of all this, whether it's wealth, whether it's power, whether it's popularity, whether it's luxuries and things like that, their nature is that once they arise, once they come, they will also go. You get them sometimes, and sometimes it will go also. Sometimes it takes lots of time and lots of energies to gain them, but doesn't take any time and any energy to lose them, because it's impermanent, because it's so temporary, it's so ephemeral. So therefore, you need to understand it. Your mind has to be steady and understand that all these things are very, very, illusory. very, very easy to lose. And then if you have, the more attachment you have, the more you will hurt, the more pain will happen, more anxiety will happen, more worry will happen. And so therefore, it's not something that you can rely on. So the next stanza is and fix this firmly in your understanding. All that may be wished for will bear nature, fade to nothing. That's since this is so, the wise have no attachments. From such cravings, fear and anguish come. And fix this firmly in your understanding. All that may be wished for will by nature fade to nothing. This is. Then the stanza number 20th. For people may have gained great wealth of riches, enjoying reputation, sweet renown, but who can say where they have gone to now with all the baggage of their gold and fame? Even if they remain with us, it is not that, what can you say, useful. Because we will disappear, we will die. And sometimes people make so much efforts to gain wealth, power, popularity, and all the kind of luxury and things like that. And then, in order to maintain them, they do so much efforts, they do so many negative deeds. They make wars, they make conflicts, they do lots of unjust things, they suppress people, they harm lots of people, they make lots of, they tell lies, they do all kind of negative deeds and negative actions. And then they die. And then, somebody else takes them all. And sometimes you are, after one generation or 2 generations, nobody even remembers you. And there's nothing, no trace of it. And it doesn't, all this, only thing that remains with you is the negative actions and negative karma that remains with you. So therefore, it's useless. It doesn't worth it, to understand. So you never know what will happen to them. It will be all gone after you die, and then somebody will take them. Only thing you can take is your own negative karma. So all those things, you can't even take one little penny with you, and all this power is immediately gone. There's nothing, all kind of things, nothing. So when you understand this, then you have some deep clarity that, all these things, very nice, it's okay, very good, if you get them, if you happen to have them, but it's not something that you have to be so attached to them, so much, do everything, anything to get them. It's not worthwhile. And when your mind can free yourself from that, then you naturally become more happy, more relaxed. You will never get anxious, you will never get stressed. So therefore, actually that will give you more happiness, more meaning to your life than all those things. So this is the understanding. Thank you very much.